It is Tuesday, 2 January 2018 at 7 p.m. I'd call the Village of North Hudson regular Board of Trustees meeting to order. And done that, we'll have a just short invocation. Dear Lord, as we start this new year, we ask for guidance for this board and for all governments, and that they make decisions that are good for the people and not for the electeds. We ask you to watch over our police, our emergency responders, our military, especially our police, since we've lost a sheriff's deputy in Colorado over the weekend and several were hurt. Please keep those in your prayers, and thank you for your guidance. Roll call.
Trustee Head.
Here.
Leaf.
Here.
Nelson.
Here.
Pike.
Here.
President Wecken.
Here.
Trustee Zeiss.
Here.
Zappa.
Here.
Thank you very much. Item 2, review and approve minutes from the regular board meeting on 5 December 2017.
Stan, may I approve the minutes?
Thank you, Mark. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Kathy. Is there any amendments, corrections, or additions? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you, carried. Comments from the floor, opportunity for residents to make board aware of topics, issues, opportunities either on or not on today's agenda. And I don't see any, he's paying attention because he's a possible board member. So, I mean, a candidate for board membership. And he's coming here to learn. Okay, so hearing none, item 4 is amended class parent B / parent class B liquor license for extended premises, Cozy Corner, Road or Rack Frosty Bean Bag Tournament, Saturday, 27 January. Approval requested.
Stan, may I move approval?
Thank you, Mark. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank
Stan,
you, Kathy. Is
Stan, may I-
discussion?
Do we need
can
to
I
read
include
it?
the conditions, Stan, please?
Oh, the condition, just Mark, please.
1, area outside of building to completely enclosed with a fence and the extended premises accessed only from within the building. 2, use of alcohol shall remain within building or fenced-in area per the establishment's liquor license. 3, use of outside area only with specific permission of the village board for requested date and times. 4, owner to provide an equal amount of adjacent substitute off-street parking while parking lot area is fenced during time of event. 5, owner responsible for band music volume.
Thank you, Mark.
Do we need to note the requested date and time?
Excuse me?
Do we need to note the requested date and time?
Yeah,
Date
wasn't
is
it-
27th.
Yep. Go ahead, Stan.
Well, the time is,
8 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturday, January 27th.
okay, 8 a.m., 10 p.m. Any other questions or comments? All in favor of the amended Class B for Cozy Corner signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Kirk, I'm assuming,
I'll sit out for that vote.
thank you. Motion carries. Item 5, adoption of Ordinance 01-2018, amending Chapter 70, offenses and miscellaneous provisions, Section 70-97, appeals process approval requested.
Stan, may I move to approve ordinance number 01-2018, amending the municipal code for the village of North Hudson.
Second.
Thank you. Just as a clarification for folks that may be paying, watching in, the state changed the rule or the representation. Mark, yeah, you probably explain a lot much better.
No, I just, back when this ordinance was put into place, there were a number of communities in St. Croix County that kind of templated the whole thing and changed the name, and everybody basically has the same ordinance. One of the things that was overlooked when the appeals process went into place was that one of the candidate or committee members for that appeal committee was listed as a Department of Corrections or probation and parole. What we weren't aware of is that their management And basically the state guidelines were that they are not allowed to participate in those types of decision-making bodies. They can come and provide all the information that they want to, specific to those offenders. They just cannot be a voting member of a committee. So they asked all of those communities that had them listed to remove them, and we decided to add in another fifth member, so we didn't have a four-person committee, and that would be to just have a member of the police commission as part of that committee.
Thank you. Any questions for the chief? Hearing none, let's see, adoption of an ordinance, should be Kathy.
Yes.
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 Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Item 6, new business from the board or staff. President's comments are first. I've been told to make sure everyone is aware that there is, we have an ordinance that you are not allowed to shovel and or blow snow from your property into the streets. It creates issues when the trucks have gone by. I understand, yes, it could be very frustrating when the trucks go by and plug your driveway up, but you're not supposed to plow across the across the street. It's a safety issue. So and it is citable. So you could get a ticket by blowing your snow into the street. So please, take your turn the chutes. We haven't had that many opportunities for that yet, but don't shovel your snow back into the streets. It's a safety issue. And again, I'm going to keep reminding folks until we don't have any problems with our lift stations, but we have the disposable wipes again. It causes issues. They look harmless. They go in there, but they ball up and they clog the pumps going downstream. And trust me, you do not want the stuff not going downstream. So please, if you can, use those at a minimum. Let's see, I'll let Melissa go because there's like an election or something coming up.
There is.
again.
I have a couple announcements. Christmas tree pickup will occur on Monday, January 8th and Monday, January 15th. The details are on the village website. Also, there's a special election for the State Senate 10th District 2 weeks from today on Tuesday, January 16th. Polls will be open from 7 o'clock a.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. And also, we had 5 individuals file the candidate paperwork by the deadline to appear on the April ballot. That's all I got.
We don't need a primary for that one.
No, it's when you have more than double the amount of
More than-
spots.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay,
Well, wait a minute. If there's
You
two,
would have to have 7 candidates for 3.
but isn't there two
There's
open?
3 seats.
Three?
There are 3 seats.
Who's up? Are you up? Oh, okay. Sorry.
are you campaigning right now? You're not supposed to campaign during these meetings.
I'm
Sorry.
here for you.
Yeah, Brian and Tim are up, and we have had several. Ted is going to step down, and we'll thank him for his service just before he's done. Okay, next on the deal is Plan Commission. I don't believe they met. Personnel Finance Committee did meet earlier this evening, and we have a claims approval requested.
Stan may move to approve the December 2017 non-recurring claims of $26,862.07 and the January 2018 non-recurring claims of $5,399.46.
Second.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Kathy. Is there any questions, comments, or about the claims? Hearing none. Kirk?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. 2018 North Hudson staff and equipment service rates were requested.
May I move approval of the service rates for 2018, Stan?
Thank you, Mark. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Brian. The service rates are in front of everybody. Is there questions or comments or changes or recommendations? Hearing none, that's rate requested. Kathy?
Yes.
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 Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, okay, item C, fire contract 2018 approval requested.
I move to approve the 2018 fire contract.
Thank you, Kathy. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. This is a contract we run from January 1 to, throughout the year. If we would opt out, we have to opt out by September 30th, but we just received the contract within the last month, right? And Terry has looked it over, and
There's nothing new from last year.
yeah, and we have fire protection is required. So, any comments, questions, or anything from anyone?
And just,
Brian?
Terry, and maybe Melissa already mentioned this, but the dates, the September 30th date, and we're not receiving the contract till the end of the year, and we're not really voting on it till the next year. Can we fix the dates in these contracts?
Well, Melissa and I did talk about that a little bit. I mean, what would you specifically,
That they coincide. I mean, if we're,
I think the point is that you're supposed to give a bunch of notice if you're gonna opt out, right? So,
it's a
Maybe I'm
5-year,
missing
it's a
something.
5-year recurring thing.
yeah,
So even if we opted out this September, we're still stuck for the next
That's
5
correct.
years.
that's correct.
So can't we get these two dates closer so our discussion occurs around the time that we're renewing the
Sure.
contract?
Well, I suppose there's no reason, you'd have to get agreement from the city, but, yeah, we could suggest that.
Cause they want us to opt out by September, but we don't get it till like December,
Yeah,
January, so it's
so we don't
hard to,
know,
we
yeah.
don't know what it is.
Yeah. I'll talk to the city attorney about that.
So did they expect us to have, like, start discussions in September so we could talk about it for the next 2 meetings before we actually?
We're in as of September 30th. If we don't opt out and we don't get the contract till December,
You're in for 5 more years.
5 more years.
And then what you do when you renew in December is you're in for 5 more years. Is there a year difference there? I'd have to look at the exact language to make sure on that. But I can talk to the city attorney about that too, and we can make sure that makes sense.
both
I
contracts.
understand your question.
By the way,
What's that?
both contracts, by the way.
Both contracts, yep, EMS too.
Well, that's the next item
know.
on the list, but, and I absolutely plan on having this on the, we've talked about to have it on the agenda too. All right, are we in and out? And, the fire contract is, fire contract, but next on the agenda is, and so we have to, approve this, so, any further discussion? Hearing none. Kirk?
Yes.
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 Thank you. Unanimous. Okay, the next one is 2018 EMS contract.
I move to,
Approval requested.
I move to approve the 2018 EMS contract.
Thank you, Kathy. Is there a second?
I'll second Stan.
Okay, I was just about to go for the second call on that one, and thank you for that one. And then this is, again, this is the opt-out by the September 30th. But the difference between the EMS contract and the fire contract is that by state statute, we're required to have a contract for fire services. As a village, we are not required to contract to have EMS, be under a contract with the EMS service. EMS would respond, if you call 911, the dispatcher up at county would put out the EMS call, and you would be responded, it's very similar to the town of Warren. They're not a member of our EMS, St. Croix EMS service, but they do get response as the calls go out. And but they pay a different rate. They're outside the local area of the St. Croix EMS. And so, with this one, and since Hudson did not want to even entertain the 50/50 rate that we proposed to them, where you would respond with 50% of the per cap would be per capita, and then 50% amount of calls. And right now, Hudson uses more than we do, and that's an issue. But this will definitely be on, as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to go with the approval for this contract. But this will definitely be on the agenda in as far as I'm concerned, August and September to decide what we're going to move ahead forward with this. We also have the option that we could, if we wanted to contract, you could talk to Lakeview. Lakeview's pretty close now with that new bridge. But I love St. Croix EMS. I wish the city council would have paid attention and a little more to our proposal. I know the town of Hudson was in favor of this proposal, as was the town of Troy. But the Hudson City Council ultimately has the authority to do what they choose. So with that, I'm off my soapbox.
Sorry.
Go ahead, no, you go first.
Well, I was going to say, whatever we decide when we bring it up on the next agenda, I know you talked about it in finance, about having public hearings, and I think that is important because this is a very big issue for people.
Absolutely.
When they pick up that phone and call 911, they have to know and have some confidence in the system. So I think that whatever we do, we have to make everyone aware of what's happening.
Oh, absolutely. No, I agree 100%. That's why I said this is not going to come off the agenda if we have to have it every month, because it is something that is increasingly important. And the people in the village, they like St. Croix EMS just as we do.
Right.
And and I'm rooting for that ad hoc committee down
Exactly.
there to get something done and figure out financing that way. But without that,
Well, we're basically approving a contract that's already started, so it's kind of a moot point in the sort of.
right.
Is the $17 per capita consistent from last year?
Last year was 14. This year it's 17.
Okay, just want to make sure clear.
Yeah, and it was going to be 19.
1950.
So I think we
or-
budgeted for more than what
I think it was
the contract is.
1925
Yep.
is what it was.
They did some adjustments down, on their, I was gonna go through, cause, if the plan keeps going as it is, there's some huge numbers and we're against our levy cap, we're in trouble. So that's why,
And our main concern here is that we proposed to Hudson, along with the other municipalities, that they cover their costs, we cover our costs, and they rejected it. They want us to pay some of their EMS costs, from what I saw on the chart by Nathan.
well, it's Hudson, the calls, the 71% of the calls go to Hudson, they're in their municipality, and they pay 50% of the, using the per capita formula.
50% of the 71% they're paying, and then the rest is doled out.
Yeah, the rest was, we pay, 14% and we use 11%. It's not a big deal there, that number there, but it's, you gotta look at, we have to look at what, who's using the service. It should be any service that's being used, people using the service should pay for it.
Okay.
I don't know, I'm naive that way, I guess. Okay, any further discussion on the EMS contract? Kirk?
Sure. Yes.
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 Thank you. Item 9, Public Works. Brian, you got an update?
Stan, Public Works did not meet, and we have nothing to bring forward because
you.
we were all caught up.
Thank you. Excellent. I think Public Works has been doing a great job of this nuisance snows. They've been in new equipment. I haven't had a call yet this year, so way to go,
Me either.
Public Works. Well,
Good, keep you in line.
okay, Public Safety, Mark, you guys,
We did meet, our only action item was taken care of earlier with that ordinance.
okay, thank you. Public Welfare, Kirk.
Did not meet.
Okay. December's a great month. Public, Park Board Committee,
Also did not meet.
thank you. Let's see, the closed session, I don't believe you guys met, did you,
Nothing
Tim,
carried forward,
Melissa?
No.
Okay, then let's see, let's turn this page and then turn the page. It says, we are adjourned at 7:21.